What's going on when it comes to inflation and how you're able to manage it through your portfolio?
Well, first of all, great to be here. Thank you. And I will tell you, yes, input costs, like any industry, is hitting the spirits industry. And, it's giving us an opportunity to really think through the entire value chain and how we look at that from a pricing perspective. And that inflation is really pushing some of us to price some of our brands. But what's interesting is, despite the inflation, consumers actually have a little bit more discretionary income than what we've seen in the past. They've not been able to travel. And so, what we've seen in the spirits industry is a lot of premiumization. Consumers seeing the value of buying great value spirits. And so, we're seeing a lot of resiliency in this category.
You sell to commercial businesses, bars and restaurants, as well as to consumers through retailers, grocery stores, you name it. So how is the pricing being passed along in those different segments?
Again, as we are a three-tier system, our pricing is managed by our distributors. And, across all the various channels, we are seeing a lot of people reflect that price. And so we're seeing consumers continue to really enjoy different brands. They're buying across the industry, across the segments, and they're willing to pay more. And we're seeing that because a lot of people are still seeing a lot of in-home consumption. All that growth that we saw in in-home consumption continues to stay flat. So we're not giving any of that back. And as kind of restaurants and bars are opening up, we're seeing massive growth in that segment. And it's raising all boats. We're seeing growth across the entire industry.
I see that you for the second half, we're up 17% globally, 9% in the United States, but the United States is your biggest market. What does this tell you about the COVID recovery across the globe and what's going on by geography?
Yeah, what I'll tell you is, first and foremost, I think a lot of people we're seeing premiumization across the globe. Everyone really wants to buy and are understanding that if I'm going to be at home, I can actually buy a little bit more expensive bottle of spirits, spend on myself, but per glass, I'm actually spending less. And so people are beginning to understand what that looks like. People are beginning to understand how to make cocktails at home. So that trend is global, and it's continuing to stay as we're coming out of COVID. We're seeing a great resurgence in Asia, especially with our China and India markets. Europe has had an extremely good rebound, and the United States is the largest market where we're seeing a lot of resilient growth, and we expect to see that even going into 2022.
When you look at the demographics, you have an aging baby boomer population, and then, of course, you have millennials as well that are aging. Are you seeing a shift in what the different demographics are choosing to drink when they go for an alcoholic beverage? With the rise of seltzers, what does that mean for your business?
Yes, I'll tell you, when you look at the younger generation, they are looking to find entry points into the spirits industry. And we're seeing kind of the malt seltzer kind of slow down. And what's really picking up is spirit-based ready to drinks. It has lower ABV. They're enjoying brands. We actually got brands on Malibu, Pina Colada. We have Absolute. We're coming out with a Jameson ready to drink. So we're seeing younger consumers wanting to experience spirit brands, but in the ready to drink segment. We're also seeing a resurgence among younger urban populations around things like cognac. So our Martell business is really, really taking off. And then across the board, we're seeing, brands like the Irish whiskey. We're seeing American whiskeys explode. Our Jameson business is up, in restaurants as it comes back almost 12%. So, across all age segments, you're seeing different trends pick up. And, people who are older, they're making those cocktails at home. And so, across every segment, you're seeing incredible tailwinds that we're able to take advantage of.